Hello and welcome back to my channel. I did a flip through of this journal yesterday, and I have promised you that I will show you the process of this. So I did record how I finished it during the weekend. So I thought I could talk you through this. I just recorded and doing a voiceover when it is done. So I have speeded up a bit because it was kind of 2 hours long. So if you want to see it is in real time, you need to go to the settings and slow it down a bit so you can see every detail. So I'm starting on the first page where we are going to have some writing space, and I'm just going to put down a few labels and flowers. That's from a trim, so we have a little bit of decoration. As this mostly is going to be writing space, I don't want to overdo it, so just a little decoration here and there. Some scribbling is always nice. I'm using my distress ink on the edges where I think it's a little bit too white. It's still a bit of a vintage style on this garden journal. So I'm aging my labels a little bit. The flowers on this trim is eco-dyed. I have just put them in the same container as the paper when I eco-dyed them, so they are a bit colored in gray and brown. I'm cutting out pieces from another trim with pattern of flower, and I'm going to use that as decoration on this one. I can take the opportunity to thank you all for all kind words. You have been so kind about this journal, and I'm thankful that you like my work. It's a bit difficult these times when you are in between journals. I'm just thinking at the moment what I'm going to do next. I already have ideas in my mind how to do the next one. But I'm thinking I'm going to need a bit of time for my watercolors this spring and summer too, so I will kind of keep at least 3 recordings a week, and then do a little sketching and watercolor making in between. So we will try to keep it up, and also do some eco dyeing and maybe some trips out to the nature and work there. We have finally got rid of all snow, so me and Nico was walking down to the water, and it's a lot of water, but no snow, just where they have gathered it, and we have some piles of snow, but nothing on the ground. Another little label, and this one is with a sample stamp. And giving it a little bit of cheesecloth to soften it up a little bit. I don't want to overdo the decoration. I'm thinking it's important that the new owner also can put her personality in it. But we of course need to play a little bit and add some nice things. This was a label. I used this for putting on a circle on one of the tags. So it got a little hole, but I thought I could use it anyway and just be a bit creative and put a flower in the little hole. So it was fun to use it anyway, and then do a little scribbling on the label. Hopefully sometimes my crazy creativity can give you some ideas how to use things, even if they weren't supposed to be there. That can be some ground for new ideas, and that's always fun. Using some embossed paper, and then I'm just inking up the edges to age the edges a little bit. A little bit of lace and a rusty needle will be the next thing I'm going to put down. I love to add these small details that can really make a difference. Just moving the lace around a bit so it's spread on the needle. Moving on to the next page, and this time I'm going to use a little bit of antique book pages. Often you don't need so much on the pages that are going to be used as writing space, but it's still fun that something is happening when you flip the page and can find something new on it. This is a piece of digital flowery paper that I have embossed, and now I'm just using it to make a tab. As always, I'm going to add some more things before I send this to United States, but I think it's fun when the new owner can maybe find something in the journal they haven't know about. Some small surprises is always fun. I got a comment, and I did actually not know that some countries it's not allowed to send seeds. I guess they are afraid to spread some diseases or something like that. So thank you for that comment. Now I know I have to be careful where I put my seed bags, and even if it's just flowers, it might be reason to be careful with just sending those things. On this one I'm just making a few stitches, just because it's fun and decorative. Put a piece of embossed eco-dyed paper behind the textile, and then putting a piece of paper on top of the knot on the back, so nothing won't get stuck when you put it in the pocket. Just a little pocket for maybe some small memory things, some tickets maybe, or some notes for a flower or whatever you would like to save. So we're continuing with the big journal, and most of it is decorated, but we are going to add a few more details and pages. On this page we will put an antique doily and make a tag for it. And I'm putting it a little bit low on the page, so pieces of the doily can be seen from the outside of the journal as a little extra decoration. I'm going to use this paper as a tag, And to give it some strength, I'm going to fold it and make it a little bit smaller. And also decorate it with some embossed paper. So I will show you the process in case you want to do it the same way. On this page I have just done a little flip from an embroidered textile piece, and we have a smaller little piece of paper that is going to be a pocket. So I'm using one of my collaged pieces with some embossing paper on the back, and I'm just putting this and make a side pocket from it. And I have this beautiful handmade journaling card, and I decide that I don't want to put it down as a pocket. Instead, I'm going to use it as a flip. That way you can write under it, and you can also use it as a journaling card and write something on the back of it if you would like to. So I'm just taking a piece of cotton and making like a hinge, so you can flip it up and down without problem. On this blue page, I decided to use one of my collages and make this as a side pocket. And if you like to see how this is made, you have a little mini course in my Etsy shop, where you can go and learn how to do this. Really nice way to use up your scraps. Sometimes I use my watercolors and paint them on the edges, and if I want a certain color, so it's nice to do them neutral and white, and then you can color them afterwards if you would like to use them in some special journal with a special color. Really like this way that you can see the blue through it. And on the other page I'm just making a little label using antique book page and a sample stamp, just to kind of make something happen on the page. Here I have decided to make a belly band. So I'm using some eco-dyed silk and putting some embossed paper on top of it. This way the embossed paper gets some sturdiness, and we got this nice color frame around the paper. It's nice to have a few extra places to put in stuff you want to have documented in your garden journal. Crumble it a bit and aging it with some distress ink, so it will get this beautiful little blue label. So for this side pocket, I decide to use another piece of my eco-dyed paper and just make a extra journaling spot. I'm making sure that it fits in the pocket, and then we're going to put on a little tab so it's easy to pull it out. And by that we will also have a little decoration that is peeking out on the side. So I'm choosing a really nice patterned piece of textile for this little tab. So these 2 pages, I'm just folding them in the edge and make them a bit sturdier, and then I'm going to do a big pocket. It's perfect to have a bigger pocket for some bigger things in the middle of the journal. So I'm just folding them, making sure I have a nice pocket, and then gluing in the sides and smooshing it together, and we have a big beautiful pocket to use. That's always nice. Deciding to do a little mark so we can see that it actually is a pocket. Perfect to use. Just trimming it down a little bit so we don't have a lot of paper peeking out. One of the eco-dyed papers is a little bit boring, so I'm just taking a piece of antique book page and put down to give that little extra feeling of decoration. As a little closure for this seed bag, just putting a piece of a label down, and I'm gluing it halfway. That way I can put in the closure of the bag and keep it down in case I want to have seeds in it. That will keep it down perfectly. And then I'm just adding a little rusty paper clip to keep it in place. Another of the pockets and decorations I have made with the leaves from my garden and a little bit of embroidery with gold thread is nice to have. So this is the finished journal. I hope you got some ideas, and if you have any questions, please write it down below or send me an email. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye from Sweden.